All the fans up in the stands loved it. Time for the finals.
Our finalists set, Daryl Ehrich, who drives the Problem Child, and John Haas with the Speed Sports Special. But before we fire the final two of the year, my partner Ken Stout sat down with the maddest of the mad scientists.
Let's talk about Eddie Knox, man. How'd you get into drag boat racing? When did you get into drag boat racing?
Well, it started in probably the late 70s, early 80s. You know, just going to a boat race is what got me. You know, I bought a boat, a race boat, and I took it down to the river, going 120, 130 miles an hour with, you know, like I said, sunglasses and thongs on. Is probably not going to end up well. Next thing you know, you're from thongs and sunglasses into a helmet with helicopters waiting just in case. And that's basically how I got started.
How much is left inside of these boats? Because, you know, when you look at the Asphalt Brothers over there, they're picking away a little bit at a time. It's pretty obvious they're maxed out. You guys are still getting it in big chunks, man.
They're trying to restrict them a little bit. You know, you can run this wing, this tire, this gear, whatever it is. We're now going places that we've never been. There is no design, there is no testing for where we're going. We have advanced quite a bit in the design of the boats into an outrigger style boat where we can bolt the sponsons on. We release a little bit of the air in between because, as you've seen many times, these boats blow over backwards. No one's ever been 260. No one's ever been 265. We don't know where we're going. It's like throwing Chuck Yeager in a deal and going, all right, give it a shot, you know?
I've got to ask you, man, do you see one of these boats going 300 miles per hour?
Where you see the dragsters, they got wings, they got things that make downforce. You know, that part's tough for us. We can bolt a wing on it. We don't know what it's going to do till it gets there. There's no wind tunnel testing. A boat could easily go 300 miles an hour. There's no doubt. I mean, we're so aggressive to the first half. If we were able to even remotely finish like we start, absolutely 300 would be in the question.
Pretty cool stuff, my friend. Where do you see yourself in the future? Where do you fit in?
Well, you know, right now I got to hand it to Lucas Oil getting involved and get really involved in this sport and seeing what it's worth. I mean, skateboarding is not an extreme sport. Top fuel hydro is an extreme sport. I really believe we're in a little tough economical times, but having the fastest boat in the world doesn't hurt. So I think I'll be back next year, and I hope to be seeing you quite often.
Thanks for your time, brother. Pleasure talking to you.
Always a pleasure.
I will also add, in that interview, he entertained the idea of getting back behind the wheel. Aside from that, Daryl Ehrlich could back up the mile-per-hour record. John Haas has already won the championship, and the final round is next.
The final run of the year. Can John Haas win another finals, or will Daryl Ehrlich, A, win, and B, finally back up that mile-an-hour record? By my calculations, 258.3 will back up the 260 and make it a record. Of course, he won't care if it's going 80 miles an hour if he wins the round. That's a little more than 80 miles an hour.
No doubt, and it is plenty. In fact, it's too much. 264.82, so the 260 won't back that up, but the 264 will back up the 260, and he does get the round win, so he's happy all the way around.
What a way to close out the season. Haas on the far side, Ehrlich on the near side. Beautiful rooster tails, flames up, and Daryl Ehrlich, 264.
Sun setting, darkness is falling upon us, and I'll tell you what, that was a scary run. I didn't think you were going to stop before you hit the beach.
Hey, man, I opened my eyes at the most inopportune moment because I got a little dose of that too. But, man, the chutes were late. It was good. We stopped 10 feet to spare. Hell, I think we should go a little faster.
264, a little bit shy of the 270, but I know you guys have it.
Yeah, I know. I didn't mean to lie to everybody about that. But, hey, you know what? The thing was just a major, nice hot rod. It was scooting down the lake. It nosed over a little right at the end, and we're closer. We got half of it, so hang on, guys. It's coming.
Hey, for a season that started off where everyone was going, I don't know how many more of these we're going to do, and Eddie wasn't sure. I mean, everything's been tight. To leave here with the World Finals win, that's got to be a perfect feather, perfect ending for your season.
We like to call it the icing on the Reckless Abandonment Tour cake.
That man owns 4 of the top 5 fastest passes of all time, including the fastest ever.
On board in a Top Fuel Hydro at dusk at Firebird Lake. The water's perfect, the weather's perfect, and that run's not too bad, except that you see Daryl out in front of you. That was the bad part for John Haas.
Yeah, you were on the slow boat going 239 miles per hour. Unbelievable.
John Haas, it's the end of the season, the end of a nice, long, beautiful day. It didn't probably turn out exactly the way you wanted, but hey, you get to go out and celebrate your third consecutive championship.
Yeah, you know, it always stinks when you don't win them all, but them guys been nipping our heels all year, and you know, they deserve it. They just flat kicked us, so. But we got nothing to complain about. We got another championship, and life is good. Nobody's hurt, and we'll be racing again next year.
The good news, you got it all dialed in for 2010. Can it go 4 in a row?
Well, I'm sure it can. We're going to give it a try.
Soft-spoken, but carries a really heavy right foot.